1-2.
Fuck off. All right.
I mean,
we're live. Anyways, all right. With that bullshit out of the way, hello
Beautiful
everyone,
start.
and absolutely, hello everyone, and welcome to the Snodacast. I am your host, BlackShat56. I am, of course, joined by the one, the only, the undying Hungry Hufflepuff, aka Allie.
Reality will never take me down.
This is, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how your viewpoint is, the truth. And of course, we're also joined by Hannah for the
Hi.
second time. This time
Hi.
she actually has her own webcam, so it's fun. Haha! Coming live from her new apartment.
woo!
Woo!
All right. And we will be joined by Gallows here in a little bit, but right now we do not. We're not going to be because he is a little bit busy. All right. So, we can't have a normal episode of the podcast without going into the section of weekly updates. If this fucking picture doesn't load. Sorry. This is the section where I've been having issues with the pictures loading lately. Anyways, this is the section where we basically catch up with everybody's week, see how it's been going and everything. And yeah, so this should be relatively short. We're going to go start with Allie. Allie, how was your week?
Been a pretty quiet week. Had a decent D&D session on Monday. More chaos that my players were exposed to,
Yay,
which is
chaos.
always fun.
Chaos.
Other than that, it's been a quiet week. Been pulling some extra hours at work.
That's always fun.
But yeah, not much to report.
Damn it, Allie, you failed me yet again. Anyways,
You act like I try.
this is actually, yeah, that is fair. That is 100% fair, actually. All right, so Hannah, how's your week been?
Chaotic, as usual.
As always.
Third week in the apartment, I think. Second or third.
I want to say second. No? Has it been third? Has it really been that long?
I think so. I got keys on
Holy
the third.
shit.
Time flies.
Yeah, well, the third, we're already on the 15th. Let's see. Let's do some math there. No, second week.
The second, oh, apparently.
Yeah, this is your second week, yeah.
It actually looks like an apartment, a very sad apartment, but it looks like an apartment.
We can
You
fix
should've
that.
3 days ago, it looked like a bomb went off. But we're here, we're adulting, kind of. But
Never do that. It's not fun.
It's not.
just so I know.
Cannot suggest.
Yeah, I know.
I cannot not suggest more than anything. So yeah, no, it fucking sucks. I hate it.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah. Only fun part about adulting is the adult stuff that we get to do. That's it. I'm not gonna go into any specifics. One is alcohol. That makes the days go by a little easier. The other is tobacco, if you're into that kind of thing. And then we're not gonna mention the other one.
Bingo.
Allie, put it down.
I
Next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me it's your precious.
But
mean, no, I got other things for that.
Fair enough.
whatever I've been doing.
All right. Don't ask. Please don't ask. It's not. No. No. Allie, I know what you're gonna do. Don't ask. No. Now.
Are you okay?
I'm concerned if you think you know what I'm gonna do.
No comment.
Because that would involve you getting inside my mind, and that is not a place anybody should be.
It's okay. I tripped and fell over like 3 different forms of loosely thrown about objects.
Those weren't. Oh boy.
I know. They looked like tentacles, but I didn't want to ask any questions.
Severed.
Okay. Fair enough. So, awkwardness aside, my week. My week's been fine. Well, I'll talk about it here in a little bit. But I saw something twice this week, so that was fun. Saw once last night, the other one on Monday. And then, of course, just been working. I haven't really been doing all that much. It's honestly kind of been an underwhelming week. I can't say much has happened, that isn't outside of the norm. That's really like report worthy. Let me put it that way, if that makes sense. You know, like obviously there's the one on Monday, but that kind of bleeds into what we're going to talk about next. And then of course, you know, just going from there, honestly, just been kind of a more or less week. My buddy Benji actually had his birthday on Tuesday. I got to go celebrate with him, smoke a cigar, watch an old movie. By old, I mean I watched a classic. For those of you that are into old Universal monster movies, we watched The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ooh.
Which was my first time watching it. It's pretty cool. It's cheesy. Went by super quick. Like we were.
It's a classic Universal monster movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Not the best, but I mean, like it was fine. Yeah, it was perfectly fine. It was suitable. I didn't hate it, but I can understand why people would like it. You know, that kind of thing, right? I still want to watch the rest of the Universal monster movies, so I need to borrow his copies of them eventually. But I don't know. And then just going from there, honestly, you know, I mean, yeah, we smoked cigars, but that's really about it. It was his second time, his brother's first time, and a buddy of his showed up. So I don't know what time it was for him. For me, I've lost count. I can't tell you how many cigars I've smoked since I have been 19. Because when I was 19, I got grandfathered in. Because when I was 19, they finally raised the age from tobacco consumption from 18 to 21. Here he is.
So,
Hey, Gallows.
Yo.
All right. Well, you actually didn't miss weekly updates, so I just wrapped up mine. Gallows, how was your week, buddy?
Work. And I'm like extremely exhausted because I went to bed around like 7 last night. Woke up around like 12 o'clock.
Oof.
7 a.m. last night?
No,
PM.
7 p.m. I woke up at 12 a.m. in the morning. I have not been to bed.
That's different. That is different. That's about 4 hours of sleep. That's not good. Yeah, I feel bad for you, man. I've had those days. I think we've all had those days, for sure.
Yeah.
shout out
Especially when you have to go to work.
Yeah. Straight out of college, is that what you said?
college, yeah.
Yeah,
You know
college.
how many like all-nighters or like nights I pulled where I would only get like 2-3 hours of sleep? It was stupid.
I can imagine. Yeah, honestly, with me, luckily college wasn't like that for me, but I've had those nights where I can only get 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I feel terrible the next morning. And then by about a day after that, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm just that adaptable. All right. Well, going from the monotony of everyday life, we're going to go ahead and go into something that's a little bit more exciting, a little bit more action-thrilled. We're going to go into the spy world and also the insanity that is Tom fucking Cruise. This week for Now Showing, we have... It's the fucking picture. Good God. Anyways, this week for Now Showing, we have Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I say Tom Cruise's because, let's be perfectly honest, it's his and Christopher McQuarrie's movie. So, This is the movie I was telling you about that I saw twice. I saw this once on Monday with the person that is right directly below me. And then, of course, I also saw it last night with my buddy Ty. This movie is great. I've been a fan of the Mission Impossible movies for quite a bit. You know, I mean, honestly, I didn't really get into it until the 5th one came out. The 5th one was my first Mission Impossible movie, and then I watched the rest of them afterwards. Love this franchise. I think it definitely had a rocky start with the first 2. I would argue 3 is probably one of the safer ones. I actually had to introduce a lot of the movies to her down there. So we started with 3. Turns out she had already seen 6, so we skipped 5 in order to make time for 7 to watch 6. So it was just that's the only one she hasn't seen minus 1 and 2. So yeah.
I may have said this last week, but it in defense of 1 again. It was trying to come from the show, and it's just been gradually transforming into Mission Impossible as we know it now.
That is true, and I don't disagree. I would definitely say when Brad Bird came on for Ghost Protocol, that's when the franchise really hit their like perfect blur together of like you have that group element. It's not just the Tom Cruise show. There is that obviously he's still the main character, but it's not always about him.
Yeah.
There are other people that help him out. You obviously have I still think Ghost Protocol is one of my favorites. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Rogue Nation, but there are elements where I'm like, okay, I can't really, I can't always go back to it. Like it's definitely, I gotta go 4, 5, 6. I can't just go 5, 6, 7. I gotta go 4, 5, 6. It blends in so well. So I mean, yeah, it's just one of those franchises that I think it's odd to say that we're on movie 7 and it's still going good.
I feel
That's incredible.
I feel like this is going to be one of those series where it's like Pirates of the Caribbean. They just make in peak amount when we don't.
Yeah, but Pirates of the Caribbean stopped after 5. They want to make another one, but I don't think Johnny's going to come back because they burned him so bad.
So the whole news with him is that he is going to come back to Disney to do another Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but after that, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Dead Men Tell No Tales wasn't god awful. It's fine.
It was shitty. It was shitty.
Really? I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it either. It was
shitty.
It had an air of finality to it.
Yeah.
Hot take. I honestly just feel like if you've seen one Pirates of the Caribbean movie, you've seen all of them. I feel like it's just copy and paste.
In style, I cannot disagree with you. Yeah, in style, I will agree with you. Definitely when it comes to style and how they treat Johnny.
All three of us are just like,
I'll just myself out.
I think
honestly, if you want to go for like yeah. Go ahead, Gallus.
Part 1 and 2 and 3. Part 1 and 2 of the Davy Jones arc was really good. Part 1 and 2 were really great.
Yeah. So you mean,
and the rest were like, eh.
So you mean Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and World's End are good?
Yeah.
I would argue the first two. The first two are probably the best out of the franchise. Then I would go for the fourth one. The only problem with the fourth one is it's very forgettable.
It is.
Even though I think it's highly underrated. I like the fourth one just because it's like, oh, cool, Fountain of Youth, and you have Ian McShane as Blackbeard. Come on, you can't go wrong with that. Even though they did with the writing. Jesus Christ, is that movie terribly written? And then, of course, you have the fifth one. The fifth one has a worse script. I will not disagree. There's only 1 or 2 good scenes in that entire movie. And one of them is incredibly short. And then, of course, you also have the third one. I loved the third one as a kid. However, it's about 40 minutes too long, and it's way too dark. This is a fucking movie based off of a ride, a theme park ride. And in the third movie, what do they open up with? A kid getting hanged.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh man! Hey, but the beginning of the movie is really iconic now. It's one of the most iconic scenes.
I wouldn't say iconic. I'd say it's infamous.
We are off topic.
We are very off topic. So going back into Mission Impossible, this is a franchise I definitely, and now Tom Cruise, even though this is supposed to be part 1 of the finale of the entire franchise, Tom Cruise has stated that he wouldn't mind doing these until he's 80. He just turned 61. So fun fact for that, for those of you that don't know, Jon Voight was 60, or I think it was like 59 or 60 when he did the first Mission Impossible movie.
I mean,
Tom Cruise is older than Jon Voight was in the first movie.
I mean, there is a reason why Family Guy has Tiny Tom Cruise act the way he does.
Exactly, yeah. He's just very energetic. And, I mean, here's the thing. For the guy being 61, he still looks good.
You're not wrong.
He looks
it's
good.
a Scientology medicine, man. Scientology medicine.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Scientology.
No, I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's the fact that his teeth are asymmetrical. That's what's keeping him alive.
Yeah. Basically.
He's cracked the code.
We've cracked the code. It's not Scientology. It's not running. It's the asymmetrical teeth that you would never unsee when you notice it. Oh, yeah. Anyways, great movie. Highly recommended. If you're a Mission Impossible fan, go ahead for it. My buddy Ty, it was actually his first Mission Impossible movie. He knew of the franchise, but he never seen any movies. So this was his first movie, and he's like, hey, great movie. I loved it. I'm like, yeah, it's really good. I would say 4 is still better. I think 6 is really tight. It comes close. It's like my second favorite, but 5 is definitely like my top 3 are 4, 6, and 5. This, I would say, honestly, kind of knocks out 6. So I would say this is now my second favorite Mission Impossible movie.
Well, and the good thing about the Mission Impossible franchise is, for the most part, you can watch any one of the movies without having watched the ones previous. For the most part.
For the most part, yes, I don't disagree with you. There's just like a few characters that kind of don't fit.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's that.
Basically, you can watch the movie set out of order just so you can just know what's going on.
Honestly, in my opinion, you don't have to watch the first 2 in order to watch the third one. The fourth one, kinda, you have to watch the third one just because it introduces Benji. The only other character that I would say is introduced, at least I think he's in all of them. I think the only one he wasn't in was, I don't think he was in Mission Impossible 4. Well, he was at the end. Is Luther.
Yeah.
Played by Ving Rhames. He's been in every single movie to some capacity. So I'm curious to see what they end up doing. I would love to see how they end this franchise, because honestly, this is a better way to end the 2-part. Like, to do a part 1, this ends. It has, like, honestly, you don't. If there is never the 4th movie, or if there never is the 8th movie, I wouldn't be entirely dissatisfied with this movie. It doesn't just end abruptly like Spider-Verse did. I don't hate that. Here's the thing. I understand the importance of if you're having a 2-parter, you have a cliffhanger for like a TV show, or you have a cliffhanger, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate that. I don't hate cliffhangers. Like, Across the Spider-Verse is still great, but I do not like how that movie ends, because it does kind of end in like, it's like, what the fuck? Why are you ending there of all places? It makes no sense. So that's just my only complaint. But I would say this movie, highly recommend it if you're a Mission Impossible fan. Check it out. It's in theaters this week. Also, if you're wanting to go see it in IMAX, you better go see it this week, because Oppenheimer and Barbie are coming out next week, and baby, they're gonna take over the fucking world. Oh yeah,
very different movies.
Exactly.
Like,
There's actually
been extreme opposites.
There's double screenings of
There is.
both movies. It starts with Oppenheimer and ends with Barbie, which is kind of how I want to see these movies. I want to like do I want to have a whole day of getting in the mindset of like, the world is going to die. The world is going to die. Then I'm going to go see Oppenheimer. And then like after that, I'm going to wake up like middle of the day and just be like, all right, let's go watch the Barbie movie.
No, there's people like on Twitter tweeting like their like schedule for that day of what they're going to do.
Oh no, I already have an idea. Trust me. I got an idea.
There was
I hate to say it.
There was a whole.
But I've got a plan.
for Oppenheimer and Barbie. The whole thing. No, for Oppenheimer, they're like, it's canceled in Japan. It's
well,
like, not really.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
No. It's not true. It's not true. It's not.
No,
Oppenheimer's. It's not true. It's not true. It was a big old fucking bullshit lie. Everybody's like, oh yes, it's canceled in Japan. Well, I understand why too. It's about nukes that took them out. So.
Like, the thing is, it would not surprise me in the slightest, but it's also like, if I remember correctly, they don't. From what I've heard, they do not show the dropping of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This is just about the build up to that first test. That's what, and then of course it's the fallout afterwards, where Oppenheimer was taken to court. I think he was taken in front of the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken, in order to figure out like what all is going on. But highly, we'll talk about that film next week whenever I have a chance to go see it at some point. If I do, I don't know. I kind of want to go see Barbie, and then I kind of want to go see Oppenheimer. I'm curious to see what the fuck they're gonna pull off with Barbie, and then you're gonna
go see Barbie with me.
Oh, I know. I know. Trust me, I'm gonna be dragged up. I'm gonna be dragged against my will, even if I don't want to. So here we go.
The only reason why I will watch Barbie is because of the what's her name,
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, that's the only reason why. Margot Robbie.
Oh no, I'm curious to see how this. I'm curious to see where this film goes to, for sure. It looks interesting. I swear to God, if it's just underwhelming as shit, I'm gonna be very disappointed. If it's
I'm
just
very-
an okay movie, I'm gonna be
I'm gonna
disappointed.
be very sad.
Yeah. All right. So going from highest point of box office this entire year, in my opinion, because honestly, these last few months have been fucking banger after banger, with a couple of missteps here and there, primarily by Disney.
Eh.
But we'll get into that later.
Pretty much.
Anyways, speaking of Disney, and how shitty they are, the Screen Actors Guild has apparently officially started their strike and joined the writers strike, and a shitload of movies are actually they are halted for production right now due to this. So Deadpool 3 primarily, another, and then a couple of other things. So you have no more actors promoting anything. They're not allowed to talk about anything upcoming. If they're a part of the Screen Actors Guild, they're not. They've hopped off of social media.
Well, and we talked about Deadpool 3 and how the writer's strike would affect it, and now we've seen it.
And now the actor strike has escalated. Exactly. So it's just one of those things. Now I do want to bring up for those people that are like, why are they striking now? There are a few reasons as to why. Primarily, it's one of the few similarities with the Writers Guild is it does have to do with AI. Apparently, somebody, I forget which exec it was, but they were wanting to do what they're wanting to do as a like groundbreaking idea is they're going to bring in your background actors. They're going to bring them in. They're going to scan their face. They're going to get 1 day's pay, and then that face can be digitally added to anything in the background, royalty free. Fucking like as to the studio's recommendation, basically to the end of time, and it's basically they get that 1 day's pay, and that's it.
No, like
and so yeah, that's one of the few things.
That's the same kind of deal as the writer of The Witcher. In the nutshell,
yeah.
We've seen how much, and anybody who's heard that story knows how much he regrets it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, look, why would you screw over any background actors? I mean, shit, there's been actors that were background actors who became good actors. There's plenty of people that have done that, or they became good directors or good writers. There's countless of people that have done that. And if you just basically be like, all right, you're here for a day, you get 1 day's pay. We're going to scan your face. You're going to sign this contract. Bye. And it's like, the fuck?
Then the other part of it is, I don't like how they're touting out this, just how much they're willing to use AI.
I don't either. And I think that now with the writers and the actors both on strike, it's impossible to make movies now. I mean, that's the problem. Like with writers, yeah, you could arguably use AI, and AI is getting pretty damn good at writing scripts. Let's be perfectly honest.
Wrong.
They are.
They are.
And it's just one of the things.
The whole thing with that too is that what the Disney director, the one who's in charge of making movies, TV shows for Disney, he was at a billionaire's vacation area with Mark Zuckerberg and one other dude. And his exact words were that we're going to starve them out. We're going to let them keep going until they run out of money themselves, and then they're going to be coming back begging for their jobs because they have no money to supply them.
Ron Perlman's response to that was beautiful.
Oh, it was. Because he basically said, you're planning on starving families, basically. You're going to, it's easy to get, something along the lines of, it's easy to get, how easy it is to get somebody out of their home. And it's like, yeah, don't threaten actors about that. I'm sorry.
Like, he reminds you why he did so well as Hellboy.
Oh, yeah, no, he was fucking intimidating. Like, this is a guy that I wouldn't want to fuck with Ron Perlman, would you?
Absolutely.
No, even in his old age, I still wouldn't want to fuck with him.
I mean, Dwayne Johnson, I feel like I could get away with because he's such a nice person.
Well, the other part of it is the Writers Guild has been saving money for these strikes because they know they know it's going to happen, and so they've been setting aside funds so that when the people's money run out, they can still be able to pay their bills and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing that a lot of these directors who are saying this sort of thing aren't taking into account. Like, these people have, they've done this song and dance so many times, they know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those things. It's like, it sucks that we're not going to be getting any movies aside from the ones that are already in post production. Basically, you just working on effects and editing. That's different. But it's just one of those things. It's like Deadpool 3 has now been postponed. A lot of other stuff has been postponed. So we might as well enjoy whatever movies or TV shows we're getting out right now, because there's not going to be much else. And I hope that they come to an agreement really relatively soon, because don't get me wrong, you're always going to find somebody that's willing to work underneath the table for you. It's what happened to a lot of TV shows during the first writer's strike, or the last writer's strike. There was, I don't believe the actor strike got into that, but there was an actor strike now, and now you have actors and writer strike, and good luck. Good luck making anything. So that's the biggest problem. And, so we may not be getting a lot of movie news lately, but that sucks. Yeah. I mean, it does suck, but I and everybody else here will try their damnedest to find movie news that we can. That isn't rumor mill, or that is, video game news. We will try our damnedest, but don't necessarily be expecting a lot of movie news as often and as much as we have been getting. So
I think about the next several episodes will be mostly about
video games. Most likely, or every now and then we'll come out with a new detail for like a show or a movie or something, because there are still shows and movies that are coming out. They just haven't got them out yet. So yeah. All right. Well, so going from that sad piece of news to some exciting news that we could, even with this strike, we can still get excited about. We have 4 new casting choices for Superman Legacy, and these are the 4 characters that are going to be in it. For Hawkgirl, we have I'm blanking on her name.
Isabella.
God damn it, Isabella Marced. For Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, we have Nathan Fillion, and yes, people, he is going to be getting the bowl cut. And of course, we also have Mr. Terrific, Marvin for X-Men First Class, and
Darwin from X-Men.
From X-Men First Class is going to be playing Mr. Terrific, and then of course we also have Metamorpho, played by Anthony. I'm blanking on his name again.
Victor Zsasz from Gotham.
Yes,
that's
Victor
how you got
Zsasz,
me there.
Yeah,
that's how you got me there.
Yeah, Victor Zsasz from Gotham, basically, if you really want to know. So that guy. If you've ever seen like a kind of skinny, gaunt-looking, weird white guy with big-ass eyes, that's him. That's probably him. Let's be perfectly honest.
Gollum?
That isn't CGI. That is CGI. But yes. Okay. So these are great casting choices in my opinion. I love Nathan Fillion. I'm excited to see what he looks like with that fucking ridiculous ass bowl cut. I am so interested.
Well, and the beauty of it is Nathan Fillion has played such a variety of roles. He actually played one of the bad guys in Buffy the Vampire Slayer to such a degree that even I was like, somebody kill him.
Yeah. No, he's a really versatile actor. I would have loved for him to play an older Nathan Drake. I feel like he would have been perfectly fine. But, they didn't, and we got Tom Holland, and
he was all right.
He's okay. Mark Wahlberg was the worst casting choice out of all that. They only casted Mark Wahlberg because it's Mark Wahlberg. Let's be perfectly honest.
With Nathan, I kind of assumed that he would have stuck with Marvel because he's been in a lot of recent Marvel films. So
he's just a James Gunn. Anytime James Gunn has a project, 9 times out of 10, you can expect Nathan Fillion in there, at least to a degree. He's just one of his actors that he wants to be in there. Or if you have was he in Psyched? I want to say he was on Psych. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me. They got a lot of different cameos in that show. But yeah, so he's just one of those things. He's just one of those actors that I feel like is so versatile. Now, Isabella Marced, live action Dora, I feel like she's a good choice for Hawkgirl. I feel like I don't know how they're going to do Hawkgirl because there's been multiple adaptations of Hawkgirl. Like Hawkman and Hawkgirl, there's ones where they're aliens. There's ones where they're just ancient civilization that's been evolving with humans. It's very
married at one point too.
Reincarnated,
reincarnated, endlessly marriage.
Yeah,
It's all
weird.
over the place.
I'm just talking about like their origin, not
Yeah.
what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what origin.
That's one of their origins. They were ancient Egyptians that were killed during a ritual, and now they are just reincarnated every time.
Okay.
That was the Arrowverse version.
Comics
that was
are
a CW
weird.
version. This is a CW.
Yeah, the CW version. Anyways, so yeah, I think that this casting is really, really good. I love the guy that got to play Mr. Terrific. Now, of course, Mr. Terrific does play a big role in, I believe, in Injustice. Like before we get to like Supreme Looter Superman, him and Superman play a game of chess where Superman's trying to convince him to be on his side. So there's that. But we also have 2 out of the 4 people for the Terrifics, which is basically DC's version of Fantastic Four. So I'm curious to see what else they're going to do with that. Also, step up your fucking game, Marvel. Jesus Christ, you announced it like 3 years ago. Where the fuck is our actors for Fantastic Four, you bastards? Anyways,
I really want them to try and fail on that one again.
I think if there's anybody that could do it well, it would be Kevin Feige.
I'm just saying, we've had so many iterations of Fantastic Four.
3. We've had 3 iterations of the Fantastic Four.
I thought it was only 2.
And they've just been steadily going worse and worse.
Yeah. We don't talk about that one. We don't talk about We don't talk about Fantastic.
I mean, you're the one who brought it up.
Fuck you.
You did.
Anyways. All right, so speaking of Marvel news, we're going to go ahead. Anyways, great casting choice, James Gunn. Yeah. I'm curious to see what you're going to do with this.
Yes.
A lot of people are worried that that because they're showing up in a Superman Legacy movie, that this is going to be kind of overstuffed. I don't think so. I think, because if I remember correctly, James Gunn said that these characters are going to be naturally in the movie. You get like a little bit of time with them, and then they're pretty much gone. There's only a handful that are going to be integral to the story. So I definitely am curious to see what they're going to do with that. And also he has stated that anytime a character from like a show or a different movie is introduced in like a team up movie or like has a cameo, you do not have to watch that other show or movie. So he said that it's going to be interconnected, but it's not going to be a necessity to watch. Oh, what's that? You haven't watched this 6-episode show? Well, now you're going to be lost for this 2.5-hour movie because they're integral, which is what Marvel is not doing. So I have absolute faith in James Gunn right now. Not 100%, but I would definitely say 98% faith in James Gunn. I feel like he's taken the reins on this, and I feel like he's going to do a good job.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I have one thought. I like the idea that we're not getting the big old 5: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman. We're getting a whole new set of different heroes that are going to be. So
I mean, we're still getting Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash.
Yeah,
eventually, we're also getting Green Lantern.
Introducing more characters. More.
Oh yeah, no. He's doing more second rate and unknown characters, and that's what James Gunn does well. That's why he wanted to do Suicide Squad, because he's like, there's so many different villains that I can bring into this.
Yeah, he's building a decent foundation.
Exactly, and I feel like he's doing a good job so far. All yet to be seen, assuming that this writer and actors strike goes away, and they meet to terms and everything else like that. All assuming that goes well, I hope that this movie turns out great. I'm still waiting to see who we're casting as Lex Luthor, though. If you don't choose Nicholas Hoult, at least choose one of the Skarsgårds, and I'll be happy. That's my piece.
Anyways, you've said that every week now.
I have said that every week. Every week that we brought it up, I have said it. Anyways, so going from that, we have our first official look at Hugh Jackman in that classic yellow spandex Wolverine suit, and it looks fucking phenomenal. It looks phenomenal, and I can't. And also, we did also get. Take a shot for every time I say also. Sorry.
I have work.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You will go to the hospital.
I'm out for the summer, babe.
Yeah. You will go to the hospital for liver failure. Let's not do that. Anyways, so we did also get a couple of behind the scenes video and footage of, I believe, Wolverine and Deadpool fighting in what could be the Void from Loki. So, slight spoilers for Loki. Basically, anytime that they kind of prune a timeline or they kind of get rid of you with their like stick that basically makes you evaporate, you go into this void. It's basically like a giant garbage can of a universe where all this stuff goes together. And apparently, if you look in the background of one of the behind the scenes thing, you see a crumbled 20th Century Fox logo. Which is fucking hilarious. I love that. I'm curious to see how that's like. There's some people that are like, "Oh, that's distasteful from Disney," and I'm like, "They bought the fucking company.
Seriously,
it's just gonna be a joke. Take a fucking joke. I mean, I get it, but it's like, just take a joke, man. It's meant to be either a background joke or it's gonna be integral to that whole scene, and it's just a joke. Like, stop."
Now, if it is anything more than just a glimpse of it, Deadpool's going to have to say something about it.
Oh no, he has to. 100%. He's like, is that the?
Oh,
wow, they really.
Times.
Yeah, no, that or he's going to be like, no, or he's going to be. Is that the? Oh wow, when they said they pruned the timeline, they really fucking meant it. Just they took the logo too. Goddamn.
I don't know. I'm just kind of glad we're seeing the end of the Marvel 20th Century Fox Marvel.
There is
basically.
no confirmation as of yet as to what the main story is going to be for this movie. I think that I don't hate that idea, but it's just one of those things that I think it might be referenced, or it might just be nobody really knows. They've been keeping it pretty close to the chest on what we're able to see or hear about this movie. So the fact that we got this suit, I'm just happy that we got to see the suit. We get to see, we're getting to see what this movie's probably going to look like, and I'm very interested for sure. I love the new Deadpool suit, by the way. It's just small touches that make it more comic accurate, and I love that. And then, of course, this comic accurate really Wolverine suit. I'm curious if we're going to see the cowl, though.
That was what I was thinking.
Cowl?
Yeah, I'm curious if we're going to see the Wolverine cowl. The helmet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The hood.
Yeah.
I really hope we do. I hope we do, because that wouldn't make the suit without it.
Well, I mean, you can do the suit without it. It's not hard.
They've done it a few times.
I think if you're gonna make this as comic accurate as possible, why not go all the way? Seriously.
True.
I mean, I don't know. That being said, I'm happy for what we're seeing. I'm curious to see if we are going to get the helmet and just go from there. I'm super excited for this movie whenever the hell it comes out, because now it is delayed. Anywho, speaking of, we're going from one movie that we wish had a trailer already to movies and shows that already have trailers. So this is new trailers. I swear to God, I'm going to kill myself for these fucking photos.
Not worth it.
Yeah, I know, but still. All right, so this week we actually got 3 new trailers. We have the Ahsoka trailer, we have the Wonka prequel trailer, and of course we also have the trailer for Twisted Metal. I'm going to start with Ahsoka because I know absolutely jack shit about it. I don't care about this show. It looks interesting. I might eventually watch it, but it is not on my to-do list. I still have yet to watch Mando Season 3.
Well, and this is kind of the problem with the way that Disney's been doing Star Wars. Like, they've oversaturated it to the point where a lot of people are getting tired of it. And yeah, it looks...
They have.
Just that glimpse right there looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest.
I mean, I know it's taking place after Rebels, so I'm kind of interested in that. But, I'm kind of done. I'm burnt out with Star Wars.
I kind of forgot it was coming out, honestly.
I didn't, because Leon kept bringing it up, but that's really about it.
I mean, Revenge of the Sith. Sorry.
Yeah, you've only seen Revenge of the Sith. Oh, we'll fix that. We'll fix that eventually.
Oh, he will.
Yeah, I hope you like 7 seasons of a TV show and then another 4 of another one.
I don't got the patience for that.
You will.
I have.
Wait. Let me make my Star Wars nerds happy.
You will be. You will be.
What did I get myself into?
You got yourself into me. That was a warning and a red flag enough of it is. So
I got some
welcome to hell. Anyways, no, sorry, that's Allie's theme song. My bad.
I got words, but I'm not gonna say them.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Allie. I'm sorry, Allie. I stole your theme song. My bad.
It's okay. It's only one of many.
Fair enough. Is the other one paranoia, paranoia? Everybody's coming to get me.
No, that's my sister.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we all need a little theme song playing in our head every once in a while, man.
Mine is Chaos Reigns. It is.
We know this.
Yes, we all do.
I feel loved. Anyways, so Wonka.
Did we really need a Wonka origin story?
No.
Yes, I will love a Wonka origin story.
Hey, hear me out.
No.
Director of Paddington is doing this movie.
I get that.
Oh, this could be great.
I didn't know the movie.
No, it does. This dude has made fucking emotional banger after emotional banger with Paddington's 1 and 2.
Why do I need to get emotional about Willy Wonka's origin story?
For reasons that we don't yet know.
Basically.
But there are reasons.
I didn't even know this movie was coming out until I saw it. Until I saw the trailer.
We've talked about it before because they released some behind the scenes set photos.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have talked about it.
Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka. Okay, great. Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka. Added more backstory with all that side story with the dentist dad.
Which story?
Yeah.
That's sure.
And now we've taken it a step further with an entire prequel origin story.
And I think that either they're doing their own Willy Wonka, or they are trying to do Gene Wilder. I don't hate either idea, but this makes no sense if it's trying to be Willy Wonka, if it's trying to be Johnny Depp.
No, absolutely not.
No. And honestly, it doesn't even look like Johnny Depp.
Well, since Johnny Depp's
is, oh my god, I'm like, I can see his face. Hold on.
Well, especially since Johnny Depp's, Willy Wonka actually did go into
his
era,
backstory, exactly.
The era that they're going to be covering.
Exactly. So, what are you talking about, Jenna?
Oh my god.
Also, Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. Thoughts?
Oh, good lord.
It was fucking great. It was fucking great.
It's funny. I like how he does the little flute, and he's like, oh, no. It's like, nope, I've already started dancing.
I will admit that was
genuinely funny.
I feel like, I don't know what his name is. I feel like if we were going to do like a origin story, we should have done Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka.
Okay.
And get the actor from The Bear to play younger.
Him.
Yeah.
Not a bad casting choice. I don't hate that. He does have the eyes. He also has that face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see a young Gene Wilder in him.
Literally, if you have Gene Wilder and him side by side, literally it looks like the same person, but probably 20 years younger. It's weird.
Fair point. I don't hate that idea. Now, I don't hate Timothée Chalamet either. No. I think he's a decent actor. I think that they got him. Yeah. I think partly it is due to the studio wants Timothée Chalamet because I hate to quote Zoolander, but he's so hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a shit thing right now. He's not A-list, but he's up there. Studios are like, okay, we need a young, pretty face. Timothée Chalamet. It's like, okay.
Of course, granted, Timothée Chalamet is not my type, so I wouldn't know.
Fair enough. I don't think he's terribly bad looking, but here's the thing. I don't hate him for an idea to play, or I don't hate the idea of him playing a younger Willy Wonka, like this Willy Wonka that's kind of getting into the weird shit, getting into his what he eventually becomes. I don't hate that idea. However, I do feel like he is a tad too baby-faced. That's kind of my problem, and I think that's a lot of other people's problems. Is they're either getting sick and tired of Timothée Chalamet being in everything, or they're like he still looks like a teenager.
I think it's
I don't
a
know.
teenager thing. I think it's more the
I
teenager
really do
thing.
think it is the teenager thing. I really do. I think if they would have gotten an actor that looked a little bit older, like the guy from The Bear, I feel like that probably would have gone over better. But for what we have, he doesn't look that bad. He doesn't act that bad either.
We have had 2 retellings of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. No one has even touched The Great Glass Elevator, the sequel book.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Fair.
I didn't even know there was
However,
a book
that one
for
is
it.
also a little bit harder to. Willy Wonka is a Roald Dahl book. It's the same guy who wrote Big Friendly Giant, The Witches, James and the Giant Peach. Am I missing any?
I don't think so.
Probably.
Roald Dahl wrote a lot of books. Everybody forgets he wrote The Witches. That movie's terrifying. Not the one with Anne Hathaway. That one's just cute. No, the one I'm talking about,
I know what you're talking about.
with Angelica
I don't know what
fucking
you're talking about.
Houston, man. Oh, that movie's terrifying. Anyways,
Oh,
God
boy.
love the 80s. Anyways, or sorry, I meant to say God bless the 80s. They were not afraid to traumatize your children.
No.
They were not. I think we should start doing it all over again. Just for the fun of it.
Oh no, I definitely don't disagree. All right, so
And
any
then
more final
last-
thoughts on Wonka?
I've stated my piece.
I probably won't watch it in theaters. I think I'm more likely to watch it on the streaming service.
I don't blame you. It will be on Max eventually at some point.
I
Yeah.
may go watch it just for giggles. I don't know.
Yeah, I may go watch it. I think it depends on what else is coming out around that time and the timing of it all.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to go see it, but I definitely don't think I'm gonna not try and see it in theaters. I think this looks fun. Also, I've never seen Paddington. I'm sorry, it's on my to-do list.
Really?
Neither of us.
Really? Wow.
I have been told Paddington 2 is a fucking tearjerker, so I'm curious.
Paddington 2 is one of the best movies out there right now. Like, out there.
Yeah,
period. Like,
I've
the
heard
best
they are
of,
really just some of the best family films you could ever watch. So I'm curious to watch them. I don't know where I can find it. Aren't they Warner Brothers movies?
Lord knows. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Anyways, so on to the last one. This is one I've been kind of semi-interested in because I've heard of the games. I've heard of the games, never played them, but I know that clown mask. Twisted Metal. I'm curious to see what they do with this because this looks like Kingsman meets Mad Max. That's the style that I'm getting from this, and I love that.
That does seem
I
to
thought
be
it was going to be a more
direction
Mad
we're headed.
Max.
Well, yeah. I don't hate the idea of it just being like a Kingsman meets Mad Max style. I think it's a really good idea. Honestly, like that's a style I would love to see kind of fully fleshed out. What's the other style you're seeing, Allie? Because I feel like you have another style that you want to put in there.
Oh crap. There was what was it? Oh, I had it and then I lost it.
Describe it.
Nope, it's gone. Fuck.
I was gonna say the kind of in your face semi-meta comedy that Rick and Morty has. No, not Rick and Morty.
I thought this would have been more gore, like more of a gore film than anything.
Oh no, it's gonna definitely be gory. That's just that's a general audience trailer. And also, I hate the fact that it's going straight to Peacock. I'm like, fuck off, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I would have loved to have seen this. Granted, I think it is a series. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's just a high budget series. But I mean, it looks fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. At least I think so. Allie?
I think it's going to be.
This is gonna bug the shit out of me.
I think it's going to be a good series.
Action movie?
It was an action movie. Hero had to go into basically a wasteland that New York once was to rescue it.
Escape from New York?
That's what I'm thinking.
I see it. I just had to say Snake Plissken, and I'm like, okay. Yeah. So we got Escape from New York meets Mad Max meets Kingsman. That's a really good and interesting idea for this kind of thing. And I, again, never played the games. I think they take themselves relatively seriously.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. So I like that they're kind of taking a semi-comedic approach to this. Oh, another vibe I got was Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and
the Bandit.
From what I've seen, Anthony Mackie looks like he's having the time of his life.
Oh, absolutely. He looks like he's having a blast.
It seems like he's loving it, bro.
Yeah. I'm definitely curious. And also the guy that they got to play Twisty. Come on. That's like, I don't know who that is underneath the mask, but that's really good casting. He looks like
I just wonder if they're going to go with the lore of the game, though. If that's what they're going with, they're going to be going off.
I think they are, but I have no idea. So, I mean, that's all I got to say about.
The only question I have is where it's going.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where it is going.
Well, like you were saying, the fact that it's going to be on Peacock of all places.
That does kind of irritate me a little bit, but
because that's another streaming service that we have to get a hold of now.
Oh no, I have access to it. I don't.
You don't share that.
No, it's not ad free.
Fair enough.
So, and I will say this: if you think ads on like HBO, Netflix, Amazon are bad, you have not seen Peacock's ads. It is like 180 seconds of ads.
You know what? No, I have. It's called Tubi.
Fuck that.
It's called Tubi. Tubi has some like serious ads.
I don't mind Amazon's ads because when you're watching a TV show, they're essentially just commercials.
They're recommending something else on Amazon Prime. What were you saying, Anna?
Hence why I don't have Peacock.
There is an ad-free version. I think it's like $8, but
well, the other part
it's up on there.
The other part about watching TV shows on Amazon with Freevee is the commercials take place during the commercial breaks on the shows.
Well, that's good.
Like it lines up.
At least they got that down. At least they got that.
That's I'll give Freevee that. That is a good point. All right. Well, short episode, guys. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, do we have any?
I'm okay with that. Snodacast. I have no Snodacast, honestly. You have a Snodacast? Allie, you got a Snodacast?
I mean, I'm sure I could think of something by the time Gallows.
Anna, you got a Snodacast? It's basically like a short topic that we could talk about.
No.
Me either. I could pull something out of my ass. All right, let's go ahead and go.
I think it's gonna be funny as fuck to talk about.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Everyone, welcome to Snodacast. This is an episode. This is a section that we haven't really done in a while. This is where we talk about real quick, basically quick fire little things that didn't really warrant a full topic, but we can still talk about it. Allie, or was it Gallows? Sorry.
Yeah, Tom Holland goes gay for a whole movie. In his recent new movie, I think he dropped, he does a whole gay scene, rubbing up on a guy and kissing him and stuff like that. It became a big old talk. It became a big old talk because I guess it's a newer version of Tom Holland we haven't seen. Yeah, so yeah. Can't remember what the movie's called.
Cool. I have no.
Yeah, that's all I got. I thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be funny to watch.
I mean,
it'd be funny to talk about.
Funny.
My only reaction was okay.
Yeah.
Hannah, what were you trying to say?
Don't worry about it.
You don't say that to those of us with ADHD.
Because now it's all we're going to think about.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's all I got.
I got no attention. Continue, please.
I don't know. I know that they're going to be working on a live action Miles Morales based off the game. Miles Morales movie.
Oh. Interesting as fuck. I think it'd be a good movie to watch.
Yeah. Just fix one element of the game, and I think you'll be fine.
Which element is that?
Villain. The villain.
Who's the villain? I don't remember the villain.
Finn.
Yeah,
she was not well written. She was not well written. Allie, you got something for us?
From what I understand, Wizards of the Coast is planning on going full digital.
Fuck them, and I don't care. Fuck Wizards of the Coast. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You gave us
Especially
one
with
good
all of them.
D&D movie. That's it.
Especially with all the money they've made off of book sales.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, a little bit of a ADHD-ridden end, but this is going to be the end of the episode. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I have been your host, Black Chef 56. This has been the Snodacast, episode 18. I have been joined by the immortal, the undying, whatever fucking other weird word I can use here that starts with un.
Unavoidable.
There we go.
Unavoidable.
Unavoidable. Hungry Hufflepuff, a.k.a. Allie.
Take care, folks.
I've also been joined by Hannah.
Hi, I'm just here. Provide.
Anyways, of course, we were also joined by Gallows, aka Thomas.
Yep. See you later, guys.
I feel like the episode is incomplete without the classic.
Leon saying, "Stay nerdy, everybody.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy, everybody." Yeah.
Someone's gotta
He
say it.
wishes he could be here, but I guess I'll say it. And of course, I've been your host, Black Chef 56. We are professionals.
Like capital F.
Professionals.
Stay nerdy, everybody. All right, everyone.
Really
Have a
do
good
that.